good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. I'm your host, Mike Barra, in Las Vegas, Nevada. Finally getting around, Jen, to not saying Seattle, Washington, saying Las Vegas, Nevada. I think I'm beginning to settle in here. Joined, as always, on this marvelous Monday morning news and Jentel show by the lady with the Jentel, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair, Jennifer Fallah Doreen, in Hayden, Idaho. Jen, how was your Thanksgiving weekend?
It was great. Everything turned out well. We spent a lot of time with family and mostly the kids and their friends, and everything was great.
Yeah, good. We went to Jim and Regina Mitchell's for Thanksgiving. Regina cooked a marvelous spread. We had a great time. They have a video poker machine in their dining room. Which that's how you know you live in Las Vegas, right? So, I'm sorry, guys. I just didn't get around to the whole doing the shower.
I want a slot machine. That'd be awesome.
It was really cool. It wasn't a slot machine. It's video poker, but still. Jim and Regina are great. Thank them. I thank both of you guys very much for having Dave and I over. It was really nice. And after that, I took them to BJ's last night, BJ's Brew House, and we had a beer and some prime rib, just to pay them back for that. It was really, really sweet.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was nice. We had a really good time. And I got most of my Christmas decorations up. Can you see them in the background? I don't think you can. Can you see the Christmas lights? Not really, because I got too much flare coming in there. But I'll tell you what, Jen, I don't have a lot of news. Everything has stopped.
It is quiet.
It is dead quiet out there. Even Mark this morning. Well, Mark, usually Monday mornings for Mark's news are quiet anyway. So that's not an unusual thing. I will say this. I have chatted with Mark over the weekend. You guys are posting stuff on my Telegram group from a guy named Sheldon. And I just wanted to say there's nothing necessarily wrong with this Sheldon guy, except that he just repeats everything that his contacts at the Treasury tell him. Mark has the same contacts. Exactly. Mark knows all of his contacts. Mark does not repeat everything he is told, because a lot of times he doesn't believe it. So let me just tell you, the way I discussed it with Mark is that Mark has a filter. Sheldon does not have a filter. So keep that in mind. Whatever information you're getting from him is what some people want you to know. And but I will say this, Jen, and I don't know what's in the Jentel. I haven't read it yet. I'll read along with you. Wow, my ring light is really bright on the computer screen back there. Is it not? It's just really bright. What I will tell you is that there is a lot of push to remove Joe Biden in Washington, D.C. A lot. And even people you would think would not want that. So I will say this. I don't know what the Jentel is going to entail. We know last week, we got the sequence last week, Jen, which was bonds, crash, Biden, RV, and gold. The Biden part of it is real. There is definitely high pressure to get him removed. That's all I can tell you.
And the Biden and the RV, you want to put an arrow, either or. We could flip those two. I'm not sure at that point. I think that they're playing around with, should we take him out before, or should we do it and then take him out?
Okay, so they kind of go together.
Because the RV is like a behind the scenes kind of thing for most people. Don't keep track of that. So I'm not sure what they do first.
Okay, so look, tell you what, I'm going to turn my camera off. I'm going to turn the Jentel over to you. I'm going to turn off the chat overlay, and I'm going to go fix my background back there, and I'll be right back. So, Jen, I'm going to put you in the Max and turn on your Jentel banner, and you can tell us what you got today.
All right, so I went in, and I'm like, give me some hope, man. I need it. They need it. Let's get it. What do we got? So interdimensional meditation, Jentel for 11/27/23 in the Rose Garden. They asked me to meet them in behind the house on the 6th level of heaven. There was Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Raphael. Michael spoke. He said there is a worldwide shortage or problem with oil starting. There is plenty to go around. There really is not a shortage of oil, but it is hoarded. The problem is with the ability to pay for it with the currencies the way they are now and what's happening. This will create a push to revalue or change the currencies to do business. The cost to heat homes will rise if it is not fixed. So, and then everything will rise. And so what they're looking at right now is we got to get this done now because it's a problem and we're going to run out of energy. Archangel Gabriel, RV news. Timing. Best estimate is this week. The longer they wait, the bigger the problem will be with oil's stocks and costs for the public and everything else. We've gotten to a place where they've been able to play around with this oil situation with however that, we've got country after country saying we're not going to take the dollar. It's going to be a problem. They're going to say we have a shortage. It's going to come out and hit the news. They're going to say, oh, well, they're having shortages and the cost of heating is going through the roof and everybody's struggling and blah, blah, blah. Well, in the big scene, it's a problem because nobody's going to take our money and we're not using our own. Big problem. That's coming. If they do not get this fixed. So timing, best estimate, we're still on for this week. That's the plan. I also heard there's a 14-day crunch within those who are working within the RV or the currency exchange worldwide to get this done. But they would like to do it this week. And that still has not been changed. As of now, that's the plan. Then I heard, and I really didn't ask questions. I just, I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. I've been like Thanksgiving and family and decorating. I have no idea what's going on. Can you guys just tell me what to say? And so Gabriel said, January 1, the clock runs out. I said, what clock? He said, the debt clock and the world reset clock. There is a world reset clock. Okay. Now, I don't know if that's the bad reset or the good reset, but I think there's a race against time to January 1st. And I asked, will we definitely see notifications to exchange by Christmas 2023? Because you know how I get things a year off. Yes. That begins the rollout of Nasara Jasara, and that will be called the World Economic Plan. Remember a long time ago, I've always got that they don't call it Nasara Jasara. I mean, maybe somewhere in behind the scenes paperwork and things like that, it was originally called that, but they will call it the World Economic Plan. We got a race to January 1st to get this done. So what happens if we don't get it done? Big problem. Big economic and energy and a big problem worldwide. So they know this. We're still on. As of now, we're still on. And that's it for today.
Okay. Pretty big wow, actually. It's funny. Why do you have a volume control on your side? I see a little volume control over your head. This is new. They're redoing our software or something.
I don't know. If I'm too loud, you can turn me down. I don't know.
Yeah, No, you're good now. That little volume control went away.
I don't know.
Okay, so a couple questions immediately come to mind. Yeah, I was going to ask what happens on January 1 if they haven't reset. Big problem. By the way, guys, we're going to try to put up a bunch of different Christmas backgrounds here over the next few days. And you can't really see the Christmas lights any better behind me, can you? You just can't. Oh well. I wanted it to be all Christmassy looking. Maybe I'll string some other lights around the office here, just inside, so they don't get like overwhelmed by the beautiful sunlight coming in. Yeah, this is a problem, Jen. I mean, bills are going up, prices are going up, oil and gas. It does get into the 30s here in the wintertime, especially at night. So heating is a problem. I've had to use my heat for the first time this week. So that's kind of concerning to me. And then the January 1 back wall thing, I guess it could happen. We could go to that. So the sooner they do this, the better. And it always becomes an interesting, it's an interesting thing for me. It's like, well, then why don't you just push the button right now? Like, what? We have to get this done. Why isn't it just done? And is there a reason for that? So in other words, are we dependent on other people in other countries to cooperate to get this out the door?
So it's funny what I see when, the way the angels tell me things. I just saw, like when I was a little kid, the class picture. Remember when they take you all like 3 different classes outside, and the first grade picture, and they try to get like 100 kids to sit still and smile all at the same time?
Yeah,
that's why. That's what they've been trying to do all this time. Now, every kid is a country. Okay. And let's say we've got a whole bunch, like a flock of birds coming in and dive bombing all the kids. I mean, that's what they've been dealing with to get this done.
Okay.
And you got like 3 teachers out there, or like a few people at the helm, just like, okay, everybody sit still. Okay, let's get the picture. Let's get the picture. Okay, now we've got a flock of birds dive bombing the kids. Let's go take care of that. And okay, now there's a squirrel in Jimmy's lap. We can't have that. Okay, and so like each kid's a country, all right?
Right.
And it's a problem, and it's a really hard thing to do. And so we're standing behind as the parents, like, just take the picture, we want to go. But you want a perfect, you want it done right.
Right. But I mean, maybe
explaining to me is this is how it's gone.
Yeah, maybe you're
kind of situation.
I get that, but it's like herding cats. You're never going to get them all to sit down and behave at the same time. So just take the fucking picture. That's where I'm at with it.
Right.
By the way, I just got confirmation from the bond side of things that the bond people are saying the same thing that Jen just said.
Really? Yay. Thank you, God, for that.
This week. Right. That's from the bond side of things. A friend I know in the bond business. So bonds have to come first. And but remember, don't let this scare you. Let's say bonds do come first this week. Right after that, according to Jen's sequence, is the crash. So there'll be this fake crash out there. And Jen, I thought that was so interesting that you got that name, the world. What was it? The World Economic Plan?
It sounded like World Economic Plan. There may be another word in there, but that's basically what it got.
I can already see all the dillweeds on Twitter X saying, "Oh, this isn't NESARA, it's the World Economic Plan." Jordan Sather, "This isn't NESARA, it's the World Economic Plan." Yeah, same fucking thing, Jordan. Okay, so and
that is not. And there will be people say World Economic Forum. Oh, is it them? I mean, like, no. This is the Alliance Plan. Okay, this is the one from the beginning. And that's what they're going to call it.
Yep. Yeah, because, well, here's the thing too, Jen, is that if they were to call it NESARA JASARA, it confirms all the conspiracy theorists. Think of all the other things that we know that they don't want you to know. Even after the reset, even after the RV, they don't want people to know yet that your birth certificates have been used as financial instruments, that you're chattel, but that you're worth $110 billion a piece. That's how much money you've got in your account. They don't want people, so they can't give the conspiracy theorists credit for being right. What they're going to have to do is try to keep us and what we say on the margins, on the fringe. So they're not going to call it Nasara. They're not going to call it Jasara, even though that's exactly what it's going to be.
I've been saying that from the beginning. And it's also the ties that lead back to certain individuals who will be exposed for bad deeds. When we go back to the Clintons, when he was going to sign it, 9/11, and all of that. So they tweaked it a little bit. So once you change something, you can't really call it the same thing.
Right. And even though we're going to transition to a new way of doing things, it's a transition. It's not going to happen overnight. I hear, we're all going to be in 5D and reading each other's minds in another week. It's like, that's not going to happen. Okay.
Trust me, you don't want to read people's minds.
Yeah, not mine.
Yeah, not his. Yeah.
You don't want to, that's not going to happen. So there's going to be a transition. What we're going to do first, the first step in any transition like this is to introduce the new concepts into the old ways of thinking. It takes a generation or several generations to really, truly change the way people think and act and behave and view stuff. So, I hear all this stuff, and I even include Wolvie in that, but it's like, who's a sweet guy. It's like, no, it's just not going to happen. We're going to still have a money system, and it's going to go on for a while, maybe even a few hundred years. I hope so. And also, here's something I don't agree with either. Everybody should have a minimum level of sustenance. There is enough money on this planet so that everybody can have a roof over their head and a place to sleep. Okay. But there's still going to be, I think there still needs to be economic disparity, because some people who do things that are more valued by the culture should get compensated more and have more fun and be able to take a private jet and not have to fly on an airline. That's part of that's part of the human existence. That's part of what makes you strive to be better. So I don't see that changing very quickly.
Well, the whole universal basic income thing, I don't buy that. Where everybody's going to get. I saw some posts. Everybody's going to get $240,000 a year. I'm like, where'd you pull that out? I mean,
yeah, and
no, everything would grind to a halt.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and then soon enough,
shovel shit and dig ditches when you do that. Nobody.
And they know the characteristics of man. Okay, when they know the. So if you give everybody an extra $1,000 a month, your rent's going to be $1,000 a month. Everything, you can afford it now, and all the landlords would be like, well, So what provides for everyone in the long run is the trusts that are managed by you. There will be initial wave of maybe the older half of the generations that have worked and accumulated things and will be getting lots of interest back. They'll be getting access after a certain age, I think over 55, to the trust amount. You'd manage that. How long do you think you're going to live? How much would you like to get every month? And then your insurances are tied to that. But the way that works is the older half of society will start buying from the younger half of society. Those who want to retire, who have not been able to, will, and those positions will open up for the younger people who've been going to college and wanting those nice positions. And when a person is born, I guess, throughout their life, you'll accumulate more money in your trust by accomplishing things. So people will want to work. Mm-hmm. They'll want to graduate college. They'll want to have businesses. They'll want to own things. And when it's time for somebody to get their college fund, they'll take a look at their trust. They'll say, well, you got an initial amount here, and this amount will cover any kind of college. There you go. When you want to buy a house, you'll sit down with somebody who helps you manage your trust and will say, well, it looks like you've got about this much that you can spend on a home. And so that's over time, you'll have, yes, initially, you'll have a big wave of people who've got a lot of money. But if you gave everybody the same amount of money, first of all, it's socialism.
Which doesn't work.
We don't want that. If you give everybody the same amount of money, nobody works. Nobody creates anything. Nobody buys anything. Society dies. Okay? Because we don't have food. We don't have workers. We don't have people creating things. There's nothing to buy. What's the point of having any money if there's nothing to buy? So what we eventually get to with the rollout of NESARA is we get to this place where we have access to the trust. They may even say, oh, look, we've created this for you. Or, explain it in some other way, like, well, you've been rather than saying, well, you've been lied to and stole from all this time. They want to maintain a certain amount of trust in government.
Right. You have to. That's why they're not going to tell you that your birth certificate is a financial instrument and you're actually worth billions of dollars. They're not going to tell you that. So they have to keep us on the fringes as conspiracy theorists. Well, we're going to be able to say, well, we told you this was going to happen.
And for a while, Social Security, for those that paid into it, will run alongside of those who access their trust. And then after a while, it'll switch over just to that. And so everybody's got some way to pull money from, some way to get a house. And when you buy a house, you'll buy a house. Unless somebody sits somebody down, they want to do it early, say, okay, well, you're 21, you've only got you only got $100,000. Well, you could put it down on a house and you get a loan. Mm-hmm. So either way.
Yeah, and loans are going to be much more equitable and fair. You're not going to be paying 3 times in interest the principal of the house. You're going to pay a fee to the bank for processing your loan, maybe a tiny little bit of interest, probably not, but you're going to be basically paying the house off. So if your house costs $374,000, that's what you're going to pay. You're not going to pay $900,000 over 30 years.
Yeah, so it'd be more expensive up front. Mm-hmm. Or they'll calculate that fee into the loan amount.
As they frequently do now. So things
will be different. It'll be interest. It'll be a flat fee that you're paying off. And so when you pay that $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 payment, it'll come off as that much off. It won't be like, okay, well, you're paying $2,000 a month, but you're only really paying $400 on your principal.
Yeah. It's not going to be like that anymore. So, because that's usury and that's illegal. It's against God's laws as well as man's laws. So it's not the way that life is supposed to work. Okay, so I have one more question on this now. The Jentel. We keep hearing that as of December 1st, if the world has not gone on the reset, that Iraq can, and I did hear will, go it alone. They will simply say our currency is now worth $1, $3.22, $4.85, $16, whatever it is they say. Is that, first of all, is that a possibility? Secondly, are they going to do that on Friday, December the 1st? Or are we now waiting till January 1st? I wanted to know about that rumor.
That's a threat. It's not really the 1st of December that they want it by. Right now, what I heard that I didn't write down is there's a 14-day crunch to get this done. Did I say that?
Yeah, you did say that.
I did say that.
Yeah.
I'd say the 11th. But I don't feel they didn't talk about December 1st. They didn't talk about
14 days.
January 1, the clock runs out. So
14 days puts us to December 11th. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I'm so tired of all this. It's like if Iraq just said, okay, we're going on our own, it's $1, I'd be like, here's all my dinar.
Well, the problem with that is Iraq has agreed behind the scenes to be first. And for some reason, them going first, if they were going alone, it would trigger the rest to go. And that's what they're trying to push. All right, if you're not going to do it, we're going to do it. And we're going to force it. And they don't really want that to happen because for some reason, I don't know. But
well, it starts a domino effect, which is actually uncontrollable. The way things are right now, the sequence is under control, right? This is going to happen. This is going to, if Iraq just says we're going now today anyway, no matter what, and they do it, then you're in uncharted territory. You're in uncharted waters. You know?
Yeah. So the threat really is that if you don't do this, they want to do it when everything's like perfectly right, and Iraq's saying, well, if you don't do this, we're going to force it, and we don't care if it works out for the other countries.
It's never going to be perfectly right.
And that is kind of a problem considering what they've agreed to.
There's never a perfect time to have kids. You know, Iraq saying, look, we're going to go out and get pregnant, whether you like it or not. So I don't blame them. They've waited long enough. So I don't blame them. Okay, nearly 900 people in the live stream today. That is maybe not a record, but it's pretty darn close, Jen. And we appreciate each and every one of you. I would like to remind you all. Let me take down the Jen.
Yeah, let's get it to 1,000. Let's, I like even.
That's coming.
1,000.
That's I think we've had 1,000 before. But nearly 900 of you guys in the live stream today. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Just a reminder that these videos do get taken down off of YouTube channels Mike Bear 3 and Mike Bear 333 almost as soon as the show is over, because we have to keep from getting banned by YouTube or have our channel deleted. However, they do stay up on Mike Bear 2 or Mike Bear I guess technically is what I created. Which I have forgotten how to log into. I don't know the password. So it just keeps posting stuff, and we aren't banned. We've had a few suspensions, but we've always come back. We're not banned there yet, but I think it's going to come. So what you want to do is you want to jump on over to mikebera.blogspot.com. And when you do that, you can pick up all of the most recent shows. Things are still good there. You can pick up the shows. You can pick up my lectures on ancient aliens and JFK, which is really important. Here's last week's shows with Jen, and the last Friday night show, my interview with Marina Sarin, which is really interesting stuff. Hopefully we'll get another interview with her soon. But MikeBarrett.blogspot.com is where you go to pick all that up. Plus, you can pick up all of my books for Christmas presents. And I'd be happy if you want to just order them on Amazon. I'll be happy to send you a mailing address. You can ship them to me. I'll get them, customize them any way you'd like, and pass them on to a person of your choice. It's a great Christmas gift to give Mike Barra for Christmas. That is an awesome thing to do. Also, we would love you to actually go over. Hang on, Jen. Go over and visit our wonderful, wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, over at the CBDGurus.com, where you can pick up all kinds of cool CBD products for your health. The trick is to go to the wholesale tab, slide down to Mike B Wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN, just alien, and you get this week's specials. Let's see what's going on. Wholesale buyer starting November 24th. Okay, it's already going. Free Vietnamese dong currency with almost all the specials below. Wow, so you can pick up the Delta 9 stuff, the immunity capsules, the Lotion 2000, the pet treats. You can get the beef for the dogs, the chicken for the kitties, the Delta 9 gummies, the sleep gummies, which really help, and the super immunity formula. All of those come with this week with Vietnamese.
Wow, dong. That's amazing. Somebody got a deal on dong.
Somebody got a deal on their dong. Also, you can slide over to the Mike B formal wear, and you can pick up all kinds of cool stuff like the Mike B lounge pants, which include I do want to show that. What is the problem? Where you can pick up like these super cool pajama bottoms with my face on them and Mark Z's face and aliens and UFOs. Those are really cool. And then what else do we have here? We have, I understand these are doing quite well. We have the Whiskey and Wisdom lounge pants, which are definitely cool stuff. And Mark Z's face and whiskey bottles on those ladies' pajama bottoms. And we have one other special one. Oh yes, the Beam Me Up Bigfoot pants, which have Bigfoots getting beamed up by UFOs and Bigfoot riding the Loch Ness Monster, all on ladies' pajama bottoms. And again, we are going to work on, definitely work on getting the I'm at Tops with my face and Mark Z's face on them as well. Jen, why don't you tell us what's going on over at jenniferfallah.com, which is looking all Christmassy and festive.
Yes, I figured out how to do that. Well, we've got all kinds of wonderful things going on at jenniferfallah.com. Right now, everybody, it is back, the God reading. Remember, I put it out there, and then I took it down because I got swamped with them. Well, I did them all, pretty much, unless there's some gift cards floating around out there. I said I'd bring it back for Christmas. Here it is. We're calling it a Conversation with God reading. You can get those in gift cards now for $99. That is an hour reading. And it starts out with a message from God for you. Yeah. And yes, you can talk to God. It's called prayer. You should try it sometime. And the only difference between me and other people is I've learned to listen. Okay. Now we've got the Thanksgiving combo deal still up to $222. You will receive 2 30-minute reading gift cards and 3 divine healing gift cards for that combo. Get in there and get a couple of them and get everybody a present all at once. That comes to you. The gift cards are picture form. You can send them through any form of media that you could send a message or a picture. Susan Gretz also has a special for 2 30-minute readings and a numerology reading. And going too fast there. Oh. But we've got all kinds of deals up. Let's see. There we go. Marcy's got one too. She's got 1 house cleanse and 3 personal energy cleanses for people. Everybody's got a 222 special. These will be ending, and we will be putting up. I don't know. We'll figure something out, me and the girls. But these are our deals. I'd say these will probably be up for another week. I'd get them while you can. That God reading, you know how that goes. Sometimes I get swamped. You want it? Get it now. Get it now before I get spooked and take it down. Also, we're starting the giveaways. I've already, even before I put out the notice, I've got people who are donating to give some readings and some healings away on this show. And the first day that we will do that will be this Wednesday.
Yay. Okay.
So you want to be on this show on time on Wednesday, and probably every Wednesday for the season, because we will be giving out free readings, gift cards. You give away and keep for yourself. But really what I want to see here is I'm going to put a post out on Telegram like I usually do. If you want to donate to the effort at this point in time, don't have any set amount. You can donate an amount, and I will, at the sale price, tell you, well, we can give healings or readings, but I'm really going to scan what people need, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out a post on Telegram each week, probably Tuesday before the show on Wednesday, and ask for comments about people in needs, people that need healings, people that are having a really hard time and need that 30-minute reading, need that guidance, from the divine. And so you're going to post, or, you can say, well, I'd like a healing for my friend and I'd like to send it to them, or whatever it is. This will come in the form of gift cards is what you will receive. You can give them or you can use them yourself. So if you would like to donate to that giveaway, you can make a donation with the love button at the top of the page. It will take a card. The love button takes a card of any kind. Okay. So that's where we're at. We got a big gift card season. And that's all I know right now.
Okay. And that's what's going on over at jenniferfallah.com. So, Jen, do you like this Christmas background better than the other one we had, or
no?
You want the other one back? Yeah. We'll keep trying. We'll keep looking for other ones.
Yeah.
Little green, little gold, red. Kind of looks like my Christmas tree that I have up. All right. So one of the things we started last week, which I'd like to continue with, is I have this thing where I want to ask Jesus a question, because I thought it was really cool around Halloween, where I was like, hey, Jesus, why don't you come down here with me for next Halloween? We'll hang out and stuff, and we'll, you can go around and perform miracles and freak people out on Halloween. And he said, no, it's not really a good use of my time. And I'd have to be crucified again, which nobody wants to put up. So I thought I would ask Jesus a question. And today I have a question. It's a personal health question about my erectile. No, I'm just kidding. Jen.
Yeah, don't do that to me again. No. Anyway, go ahead.
What's going on? For the last 4 or 5 days, I've had some issues with my eyesight. What is primarily behind this? What's the issue?
We got a blood sugar issue going on. Okay. But it's also sinus.
It's also what?
Sinus pressure around the eyes, but we've really got kind of a blurry, you've kind of been off track with the holiday, and it's creating like a little blurriness, and then we're getting pain in the forehead and behind the eyes, temples area from the inflammation and sinus pressure.
Okay, because it's interesting, because I was taking Sudafed, and I thought, because I was having sinus pressure, and I thought, well, maybe the Sudafed is giving me this blurry vision problem, but it's the opposite. I should go back to taking the Sudafed, because I stopped taking it to see if the vision thing would clear up. But good advice. And the blood sugar obviously is always an issue with me. So thank you, Jesus. I will take care of that. I will get back on some sinus draining stuff. I wonder if they sold me the wrong Sudafed.
I don't know if Sudafed's good. I mean, for people with blood pressure, you really have to be careful with Sudafed. I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you what to take. But
well, no, my blood pressure is good. I've been checking that. It's not that. So it's
okay.
Let me get the drainage going, and we'll take care of that. All right, guys. One of the things we like to do on here is we do have the Rumble channel. Actually, most of our viewers, Jen, today are over on Rumble. And one of the things we have over on the Rumble side of the house is that we actually have what they call a subscription process. And these subscriptions allow you to pay a measly $5 a month over on Rumble. You just go down here at the bottom where it says subscribe. You hit the button. I think you might have to do a $1 Rumble rant first, but $5 a month, best way to support the show. We appreciate it very, very much when you guys do that. And when you do, you get the advantage of you get to ask your questions first when it comes to question and answer time. So that's one of the things we did. And we've discussed doing Rumble only shows, maybe on a Friday when Jen has more time, when it's not quite so hectic, maybe after the first of the year, we will bring that in. But that's one of the options. And I noticed Trisha Ray just gave us a little red castle. She's going to get to ask her questions first. And AJ Helfer is now a monthly supporter. You get a little red castle. Actually, it's a white castle with a little red thing around it. I like to call it.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. We appreciate that very much, guys. And who knows, Jen, someday maybe we'll be able to pay the cable bill out of what we make off of our show. I don't know. All right, I'm going to turn that screen share off and go through the questions starting over on Rumble. Gary S. is here. Good morning. Mike and Jen, question for Jen. Me and my wife, Ginger, so Gary and Ginger, are flying to San Antonio, Texas. We're leaving the 12th and 13th and coming back. Leaving 12/13, coming back 12/19. Do you see any problems? Love you both.
No, of course, as always, take your safety in your own hands, and pray for a wonderful trip. But the only thing I see is possible people sitting around in an airport waiting on a plane.
Yeah, good. I want to remind everybody, it really helps if we have your real first name at least and the person or being that you're asking about. So Big Poet says Real Raw News reported an attempted and failed Biden arrest. Jen, is that true? Was there an attempted Biden arrest recently? False. Okay. Megan would like to know, Jen, I'm attempting to relaunch a company I once had prior to COVID. Will this be successful? Megan Angus would like to know.
It will. It's going to take like 4 to 6 months for it to get back up to a place you're happy with.
Okay, Tamara Pepper, once again, Tamara, forgetting to give us your name. I just happen to know that TJ Pepper is Tamara. Hello, Mike and Jen. My hubby and I found a house for sale on Baptist Lake that we absolutely love. Do the angels see us buying? This is one of those trick RV questions.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
The possibility to buy it is still there when you have the funds.
Wow. So you can decide if that's what you want. Wally, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. My friend Steve is going in tomorrow to have a tumor removed from his spine. Ooh, I'm very sorry. Will he be okay? His family relies on him. I will help however I can, of course. Well, we can always certainly pray him in.
And Wally, you don't have to send me $5 a month. Jeez. I love Wally. He went camping with me. I think that's Wally. Tumor.
Steve having a tumor removed on his spine.
So they'll be able to remove most of it. What I'm seeing is still some kind of like threads of it that they can't get out of the spine because it will mess with other things. So the majority of it, yeah, they get it removed.
Nadine Korn, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, hello, Mike and Jen. I'm in a crappy spot. Just want enough money to be comfortable in my aging status and hopefully get to the med bed for better health. Well, Nadine, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're heading towards. So, Annette, Little Red Castle. Hi, Annette here. My niece Gianna was just diagnosed with gestational diabetes during her current pregnancy. Is there any complications we should prepare for her for, or her family should prepare for?
It clears up. It clears up after the pregnancy's over.
It clears up. Okay. Lucy is here. Hi, Jen. I gave my feral skinny gray cat a dose of parasite medicine a week ago. The cat doesn't seem to be as hungry these days. Is the cat getting worse?
Whose cat is this?
Lucy's. It's a feral cat kitty that she's trying to take care of as best she can.
No, it's actually getting better. It's
right.
kind of like they eat a lot when they've got worms.
Right. That's what I thought. That's great. Oh, that reminds me, Jen. Can I ask you a question about Jim and Regina, real quick? They have a kitty who came in as a feral kitty, but he comes into the house sometimes. Like you can't get near him to pet him or her. But she came in and she was like walked through the house and knew that there was different people there, and then she went into their bedroom where she hides under the bed. But I was wondering about this kitty. They think she might be blind. Is that kitty, she or he? I'm not sure if it's she or he. Is that kitty blind?
She's got what looks like almost like a film, like a cloudy, like my vision is like white and cloudy, but not blind completely.
Like a cataracts or something.
Yeah.
Cataracts. Oh. She's very young. She's very cute. Of course, what cat is not cute? Okay, Trisha Ray, now a monthly supporter. Thank you, Trisha Ray. Any new info on currency rates? No, stays the same. I think that they're pretty close to locked in. That's what I'm going to tell you. Okay, Scott wants to know the debt clock. Little Red Castle gets asked this question first. The debt clock has archangels on each corner. Is this a message as well?
No, that's a shout out to me from Phil. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I have no idea. That'd be totally cool. By the way, I have no idea why that's on there. I have no idea. I mean, I can ask. Why is that on there?
Oh, why don't we ask?
Well, it's kind of like whoever's. First of all, it shows you that the white hats are in control of the debt clock. And then second, it's reminding you to have faith, reminding you that this is biblical, that this is not just political. It's biblical. I mean, it really is. Other than that, I don't know why they're putting the archangels on there. Well,
because it's reminding you it's biblical. Agatha, Little Red Castle. Our cat Agatha has wounds on her ears from scratching. Can you see what's causing the problem and how we could solve it? It really would help if we got your name.
I'm getting these little stinging. There is something biting that's really like microscopic, like mites or something going on with the cat's ears.
Okay,
take them in.
Take them in. Trisha Ray says, "Hi Jen, do you see me in a med bed within a year?"
What's the name?
Trisha Ray.
A little over a year, 14 months, something like that.
Hang in there. Leslie, with flying cars, everyone flies private. I don't think the flying cars are going to go coast to coast.
Yeah, that'll be.
Yeah, that's like a local.
What a mess.
The Blade Runner thing. Jesus,
we do so well on the ground with the whole car thing.
Let's put people in flying cars. Yeah, right.
And the student drivers in the flying cars. There's too many jokes about that. So
Bakehammer says I got fired. Made the chat. Hang in there, Bakehammer. Better times are coming. Lori Bakemeyer, hi, my beautiful friends, Little Red Castle. I pray everyone has had a great Thanksgiving weekend. I pray for that too. I hope so. Love you. Thank you. Reginhart, T. Reginhart. I always forget what the first name is here. But General Mike, is there a difference in the 2020 Bolivar versus the 2021 Bolivar value at exchange? I heard the 2021 will be worth more. What's your thoughts? I don't know. I know there's charts out there. Nobody knows yet is my response to that. Jen, anything you want to add to that? I think it's Tim.
I can ask. There's no difference between the year. I mean, well, there's a difference in the year, but it's still on it.
Okay, Annette, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Annette wants to know, will Travis be able to make the trip to Illinois for Christmas this year?
Getting a no on that. Personal commitments.
Leslie would like to know, Little Red Castle, $5 a month contributor. Jen, can you ask Jesus if all the books of the Bible will be united? I was told in meditation that they would be.
Am I frozen or is he? We'll just wait on the answer for that. So let me Can you see me? Comment. Can you hear me? Mike's frozen. Okay. Then we'll still talk. Most of them will be known one day, is what Gabriel's saying. There will be a collection of them put together, but it'll be a long time before, and there'll be this back and forth about which ones should be included, which ones are authentic, which ones are legitimate, but they will be out for people to read.
Okay, we appear to be back, Jen. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, you're good now here on my end too, and I just want to say, fuck Cox Cable.
Classy. Okay.
$300 a month for this shit, Cox Cable. Every single episode, it goes out at least once. So, I'm not flipping you off. I'm flipping off Cox.
No, I know. You know.
Do you not think that they deserve it?
Wrong.
Jesus wouldn't have a problem with me flipping them off. Okay. Okay. Big Poet wants to know, Little Red Castle, about this Vivek Ramaswamy guy. Snake in the grass or legitimate guy?
I don't really do that. I don't really tell you whether somebody's okay or not because I don't even know who that is.
This guy running for the Republican presidential nomination, or more precisely, probably running for a pundit's job on the network somewhere. Well, is he truly on Trump's side or not? Do we know that?
They're all just fluff. None of them mean anything.
Yeah.
They're just placeholders.
Christine Packer wants to know, when will Chester's head pain go away?
The majority of it in the next few days, but you're still going to have it coming back, headaches and things like that off and on for the next few weeks.
Okay.
There's quite a bit of healing to do.
Lori would like to know, she says, my daughter Whitney is struggling with anxiety and depression. Can you tell what could be going on? Whitney, anxiety and depression.
That's really something we need to talk about in a private reading. There's a lot of things going on in her personal life that is contributing to that. Self-esteem issues, boredom. Yeah, that's a private reading.
Bernie says, Jen, I've been feeling unnaturally calm and zen-like for the last week. Can you give Mike some of that?
Pass it on.
Can you please ask the angels, is this an incoming event? Is it because things are coming?
That's really weird because, even though I kind of have two. Sometimes people have natural instincts, okay? And you can kind of feel things coming, right? Like a rabbit's head pops up in a field, okay? Especially if you're very in tune, I would take the cue and be at peace.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think it has something to do with what's coming in your personal life.
Lane, Little Red Castle, $5 a month contributor. Thank you very much. Wants to know if the tumor is cancer. I don't think Jen can really answer that in public. I would say get a hold of her privately.
Yeah, that would be something private.
That's not appropriate in front of everybody. That doesn't mean it's bad news because I have no idea, but it's a question that should be asked offline.
Sometimes Jesus will give me that information. Sometimes he won't because it's really not fair to put me in the position to tell you if you have cancer or not.
Right.
That's hard.
It's a doctor's job. All Jen can do is tell you to go to the doctor, I suppose. Scott, Little Red Castle, no callbacks yet. Will there be one soon? Finances are dwindling. Scott is worried about his financial situation. Little Red Castle, $5 a month contributor. Thank you, Scott.
I'm going to stand with what we got today, Scott.
Okay. Try frequency healing for your sinuses. Search the frequency. I might just blow it out with some steroids, with some,
Oh my God.
Jen's favorite prednisone. Certain cold meds that get rid of sinus issues can restrict the blood vessels in the eye and cause elevated pressure. I know because I had elevated eye pressure when I was on Claritin D. Be careful. Okay. I'm just going to go with what usually works for me. Jen and Mike, Paul says, love you guys. Can you help with my cat Tigger? She stopped eating over a month ago. I'm syringe feeding her and giving daily IV fluids. She's only 4. So Paul wants to know about her kitty Tigger. I assume you've taken her to the vet.
She's got some kind of genetic condition. You need to work closely with the vet on that. If I know what that is. I want to say it's something close to like an autoimmune deficiency in a human.
Oh, doesn't sound like there's a lot you can do for that. Here's another question about finance, the financial thing. Is the 14-day crunch for notifications or to complete exchanges? Good question.
Let me ask. It's to start. Once it starts, it's quickly done. They just want to get it done. Once the rates are announced and changed, it's just a matter, he says, of people going in and doing their exchanges, and what they're looking for is the start of the rate change on the currency publicly.
Okay. Once it's in the public, we're probably already in, most of us, I would think. They would have already started on us. In fact, I would think we're mostly done. Melanie wants to know about her 20-year-old college daughter, Madeline, got multiple vax jabs. Her cardiologist is having her wear a heart monitor for 1 month. Her rheumatologist says she has rheumatoid arthritis. What do you see for my daughter, Madeline, for healing?
Send her to me. Send me your picture and her name. I want to take a closer look, but I'll do some free healings on her. How old is she?
She's in college, so she's probably in her 20s.
Oh yeah, send her to me. I mean, no promises, but we'll take it to God and see Jesus and see what we can do.
Tammy wants to know if she and her twin flame will be reunited soon. Good question.
Not anytime soon that I see. Whoa, that was loud. Not anytime soon that I see.
I'll turn you down. I can mute you. I can just shut you up. Stop talking. Man stream. If only there was a mute button on the wife. You didn't take out the garbage. That would be so.
And a shock button for the husband. Right, ladies? Am I right?
Shock button for the husband.
Shock collar.
Nanette O'Meara. Hi, Jen. Will my Donald in-law Jeff find a new line of work? He's a firefighter, and his last call was very traumatic. Will something in-law Jeff, I think it's son-in-law Jeff, find a new line of work soon? He's a firefighter, and his last call was very traumatic.
He does switch to some kind of either financial or technical desk job in the future. Suit, tie.
Isn't there some way to go to a desk job in firefighting? I mean, I would think there would be. Christine says, I want to thank everybody for all the prayers and concern regarding Chester. He's watching today, so if you say hello, if you want to say hello, but if you text back, it may be confusing. Thanks again.
Oh, we love you, Chester.
Yep,
You're going to get better.
Go, Chester. We got to get you into one of those med beds soon. Nice sweater, yeah. Aliens, cow abductions, Bigfoot, Yeti, and Nessie at the bottom. So it's my Christmas sweater. I need an ugly Christmas sweater party to go to in Vegas. I don't want to have to just walk around downtown with my Christmas sweater on to get attention. Hi from South Africa. Yes, is Johan. We're in the 9th day of a massive heat wave. Hectic. Enjoy the show. It's summer down there. It's so weird. It's summer in December. I can't get used to that.
I know.
Went to an S&M parlor for Spanksgiving. Thanks, Ken. Thanks for sharing. I don't know why I clicked on that. I thought it said Thanksgiving. Hi, Chris Holcomb. Hi, Mike and Jen. Jen, my dogs are getting groomed on Friday. Will I be happy that I took them, or will I regret it? Carissa wants to know.
Oh, you're gonna be so happy. You're gonna wonder why you hadn't done that before.
Oh my God! There's a meme I posted last week. Somebody had their dog's head shaved, right up here, so he's just got a beard. It's the creepiest looking thing you have ever seen. He's one of those dogs with floppy ears, so it looks like he's bald. It's just terrifying.
I think I've seen that.
It was so terrifying. Okay. Jules in Maryland. Hey, Mike, my elderly uncle who lives in Henderson, Nevada, decided to go for a walk Thanksgiving night about 4 a.m., walked a couple of streets over, was cold, began yelling for help. Did I miss? Is there more to this, Jules, that I missed? Let me go back up, see if I can find that. Sounds like there's more to this. There it is. Jules in Maryland. No, that's just, she doesn't continue. I don't know what that means, Jules.
Okay, well, maybe just go for the questions that we see.
Marcus Toledo. My Thanksgiving was great. A neighbor and my cousin brought me turkey dinner, so I didn't have to cook that day, Marcus. That's really sweet of people to do that. Really sweet. Laura Mills, have you seen the video of Phil giving a deposition or being questioned by authorities? It came on my reels over the weekend. Is he in trouble? I think this is from his defamation case. So probably not.
He's not in trouble.
Yeah. He's living the good life. Guys, if Phil was in any trouble, he wouldn't be taking weekend trips to Italy. So, Ernest Rutland, I got an email from my Forex account today. They will no longer allow you to hold or buy gold or silver after November 30th. I've had silver contracts forever. Something is up big time. Interesting. Getting out in front of it a month ahead. That's because gold and silver could skyrocket. Especially silver.
There's a little more information we need on that. Like there's a little more information we need.
Did anyone catch Trump's speech? And then he mentioned we will have new phones coming out next month. I did not catch that. Is he referring to the so-called Q phone there, Jen?
I don't know. There's something off about that.
Laura Mills, I almost bought some small terracotta pots at Home Depot yesterday to heat the house if there's no other way to heat my home. And that was Jen's thing. She reminded you that you could, wasn't that your idea, Jen, that you can use a clay pot, you can light a candle underneath it and it will.
Yeah, it heats up the clay pot and that creates heat. But if you what I've known from having blackouts up here in the Northwest when it's freezing cold, you light enough candles in the house and it heats it up.
Yep. The Q clock stops 24 hours from now. It started 4 days ago. I don't know quite what that refers to, but that's interesting. Does that mean something, Jen?
Not really.
Scott Ferguson, Jen, when we go to the RV, will we be getting a booklet on what we can and cannot buy? What we can spend our money on?
No.
There's not going to be any rules.
No. People have too much time on their hands to put this stuff out here. Okay, now you can buy a couch, but not a chair.
I think
what?
I think it's more like, Mike, you can
this
have
is
a party.
Supposed to be freedom.
Mike,
okay,
you can have a party, but you can't hire strippers. I think it would be more along those lines. This is God's money. Jesus does not want you spending money on strippers. You can have a bartender and an open bar, but no girls.
No, the only problem, probably only delay on that would be access of full access of funds.
Okay.
They may say, well, we don't really. We've got notes in your treasury account. Yeah. You've got gold-backed notes in there, and until such time as we announce it publicly, you can't go spend these notes. What we can do is we can loan you 1% of that, put it in your holding account in dollars,
as fiat. Yeah.
And when we go to gold, you just pay us back.
It's not going to be, Mike, we noticed you celebrated your RV by going to Sapphire. I was just investigating the UFO sighting there. That was why I went. The Shelton guy recording said Nassara will take 10 years to roll out. He may be right about that. I'm hoping this is absolute backwall countries had to sign up for, and hoping the individual countries can go faster. I think what that means is to have all the aspects of it in place. That's what I think.
It is a long rollout. I've told you, I saw that from the beginning. It begins, we take care of the most important things first, the financial situation, get everybody in a good place. Then they start going through every part of our life, the medical, the pharmaceutical, the insurance, the way we do everything and make it right and fair. And so that could take a long time. Yes.
Laura Mills, a couple years ago when we had a freeze, I used that same thing. When the power was out, you'll need a couple bricks to hold them up and for airflow. Yeah, you get a candle in one of those thick glass things. You light the candle, you put a brick, or if the clay pot has a hole in the bottom, which a lot of them do for drainage, that will make sure air gets to the flame so it keeps going. So yeah, that's important.
Another good thing to have are those sternos. If you go to like a restaurant store or a camping store.
Sterno.
Yeah, you put under chafing dishes to keep them warm.
Yeah. Diana Alexander, we are evolving as humans. It will take a long time, but the world will be amazing for future generations. I hope so. Diana would like to know, do you see me moving to Council, Idaho soon? Work AI. Do you see Diana moving to Council, Idaho soon?
No.
Trying to find where to pick up the next questions. There it is. Okay. All right. Okay. Looking for more questions. Mike, you said everyone wants Biden out. Does Jen see a new plan on how he's out now? Let's just ask that question. How does Biden go? Is it 25th Amendment? Is he ill? Does the character die? Or does the military come in and publicly remove him in a very big way? What are we going to see in public?
Gabriel just said you cannot say that a president of the United States will die.
Oh, sorry, Gabe.
At this point in time, writing out the character in such a way is the most probable.
So what that means is illness. Passes away from illness. That's too bad because it would look better if they would simply remove him. James Foster wants to know. Thank you guys. My wife's son Kenny is going to be coming. Is my wife's son Kenny going to be coming to stay with us anytime soon?
Delays. Soon, no. After a while, maybe. I just see several times when he says he's going to come, but he can't.
Hey, Jen, this is Kay Neves. Our Chihuahua Tyler passed. I'm sorry. Happy that we preserved him and he's back home and will go in the casket with my husband, Greg. When he passed. There's not a question there, Kay.
Was he happy that you preserved him so he could go in the casket with your husband?
That's the question. Yeah.
He has no idea what's going on. All he knows is that he's back home sitting around with you. And he wants mommy to be happy. That's all he knows.
That's all he knows. He's a Chihuahua. Mike, when we give you the thumbs up, does it pay you? No, it doesn't pay anything, but it helps get the show out. More people see it on YouTube under random. So
yeah, we don't get like anything from numbers. I don't think.
No, but it does get the video more visible, so it may eventually help us get a Rumble subscriber who then might subscribe for $5.
So are we still doing Rumble because we got a lot of YouTube questions on the screen.
Yep. Jen, Lisa Western, my son Chesley wants me to move out ASAP, but won't let me take my dogs, Pepper and Diesel. I need a house this month so I can take my dogs anyway. You see me getting a house and having my dogs. That's terrible. Your son sucks.
Yeah. He gives you more time to get a place.
Okay. Willie Grandma, or Willie, before she visited California, someone removed the homeless. No one knows where they went. No contact from friends or family. Are the homeless that were removed safe? That's a good question. Are they safe?
Someone removed the homeless?
Yeah, they just took them all off the streets and nobody really knows what happened.
They just basically transported them to a field somewhere in a different location.
Jen, will the Blue Origin New Glenn rocket reach orbit anytime soon? That's the Jeff Bezos, Amazon.com.
No.
Karen wants to know, the press is reporting 3 people from fake place called Palestine were shot in Burlington, Vermont. Will this turn into riots? I'm just a few miles away.
No. They could use it if they wanted to for that, but no, it kind of fizzles out.
Do they glow in the dark, Mike, the alien PJ bottoms? No, but that is a great idea. I will bring that up with Matt from the CBD Gurus. Glowing Mike Barra faces right in those pajama bottoms. That's what we want. Christine wants to say, Jen, thank you for all the healings you've done for Chester. He really appreciates it.
You're welcome.
No, Mike did not say that. I don't know that I have a sinus infection. I just have I'm just backed up there. Question mark. Hi for Jen. Hi, beautiful. It's Bryce. I'm talking to Scott in Iowa. Is he a good match for me? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thank you. So Bryce would like to know if Scott is a good match.
He has a hidden agenda and some things he's not telling you about. Ask more questions and then decide.
Yeah. Doesn't mean he's a bad guy. He's just hiding things.
No, but there are some things that you would want to know about.
like, does he have kids? CJ says, I have progressive MS. Will med beds heal me, get me out of the wheelchair? Yes, it's neurological. Med beds will heal all that stuff. Yes. So, when we get to them, which we all pray is going to be soon. Hi, Jen. My sister-in-law's dog, Macy, has been throwing up and has diarrhea. What's going on? Just wants to know what's going on. Macy. What's wrong with Macy? Macy the dog.
She keeps ingesting something that has way too much fiber for her. I don't know if she's eating something in the yard, maybe another, like an animal, like a wild animal's feces. Something going on there. Lots of fiber. I don't.
Get him.
I take her to the vet. It seems to be a reoccurring thing. I take her to the
vet. Regina says, Jen, thank you for the info. Thanks for asking about White Guy Mike. I'm not quite sure what Regina is saying there. But yeah, picture a lot of drunks flying cars. 1,000 examples as to why there will never be flying cars for the general.
And then how do you keep people in lanes? I mean, how do you keep people? It's just going to be chaos. I never liked the whole idea.
Wow, Mike, you don't know me, but I desperately need your help. Dean Ryan is stalking me and ruining my life. I keep getting ripped off by private investigators and the police won't help me. I don't know you. All I can say is keep trying to find someone. Dean has problems. Get him committed to a mental
ass. I don't
know. Will the EAS, emergency broadcast, EBS, happen soon? I don't know, Jen. Trick question. This week for the EBS, yes or no? Let's just do it that way.
No.
Okay. T Light. Hi, Jen. Is the man who I encountered last week that had fallen going to be okay? I never got his name or anything. He was laying in a pool of his blood and had his face planted on the asphalt, bleeding badly. T Light, it would help if you had your name. He'll be okay?
Yeah, he's okay. He's banged up, but he's okay. Something going on, like Alzheimer's or something going on.
Okay. Hi, Jen and Mike. My sister-in-law had to move in with her father with her 2 dogs. Things are tense. Will she find a place soon? Wild64, I don't have your name, and we don't have your sister-in-law's name. We need that for Jen to connect.
I'm not seeing her. Let me just ask.
Oh, there it is. Sandra is asking about her sister Cheryl. Sister-in-law Cheryl. Okay. Sandra is asking about Cheryl. Will Cheryl find a place soon?
February.
I admonished you and Sandra, and you put it in just a couple spots down. Batman says, I believe Biden's going to go due to health issues. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. I've got that sign and stuff. That just works in the parts up here. It doesn't really get deep into the inner ear.
I've never tried that. I'll probably totally drown myself with that thing.
No, it's okay. You just make sure you don't.
I will drown myself with that thing.
Oh, I asked about Regina's.
They don't know how clumsy I am.
Trace, that's right. It was the kitty. What do they call her? White guy. Him. I thought it was a female. Was the impression I got. So, cute kitty. So the kitty does see fairly well. Okay, guys, that's going to wrap it up. So look, here's the news. The news is it's still on track for this. It's on track for this week. That's the news. December 1st is the end of this week. There are still rumors out there that have not been refuted or disputed yet that Iraq will go December 1 if the rest of the world doesn't get its act together. Jen says everything has to be done by January 1, and they are operating on that basis. She also says 14 days is crunch time. It's crunch time over the next 14 days. So let's.
Yeah, they would like to get this done before things get bad.
So that's your news. That's the Jentel. Jen, any final thoughts before we head out for our marvelous Monday?
I've got a lot of emails. I've been busy for the last 4 days with the holiday stuff. I'm sorry, you guys, if you've been waiting on me. I will get to you today. I'm going to sit down in front of the fireplace and just go through emails today. and I will get you your gift cards out. Get those God readings. Get them now.
AOC a Wednesday.
And then take advantage of the specials that I have up on jenniferfulla.com for me, Marcy, and Susan. Everything you get helps people and helps us with Christmas. So let's get in there and get it done. And if you would like to contribute to the giveaway that we will have on this show on Wednesday, join Telegram, Philosophy on Telegram. That's where I'm going to put the post out to ask for there'll be like 100 comments, but we'll choose from that list on who wins it. And tell me why you want it.
Philosophy on Telegram for the giveaway. We'll see you guys on Wednesday for the giveaway. Jen, that's going to be fun. Some holiday giveaways. Yeah. Those are great. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you. We'll be back for Tell the Truth Wednesday on Wednesday. And keep your eyes peeled for events beginning to coalesce over the next 14 days. But that should mean there should be some things going down this week. So keep your eyes peeled. Keep your hopes up. I don't want to say keep your vibrations high, but stay connected to God as best you can. I'm in a good mood right now. You know me, Jen. You know.
Yeah, I do.
If we get past December 1st, it's going to be rough seas for Mike. If we get past January 1st, it's really going to be rough seas for Mike. But between now and then, I try to stay optimistic. I try to keep you guys optimistic. Pay attention to what the information is that you're getting. So.
And if he's on the steroids, it's going to be even worse. So I'll probably start drinking, during the show. So no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We love you, Mike. We know you're a pain in the ass, and we love you anyway.
We love you too, Jen. So, all right, guys, have a good one. We'll see you soon. Say goodbye, Jen.